It's time for the Power Hour.
You know, I come on this stream
for the
to have
Power
fun, and Max bothers me. He's policing what I'm saying. Just cut off my rant. What was that?
It was the right thing to do. Hey.
It was the right thing to do.
I
had a lot to say about you policing my content.
I'm not
giving me rules and stuff.
I had to get started. I always cut you
listen
off
to him.
Intro.
No, I never listen to him, but that's not the point. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Power Hour with Brucifer, Hollywood Brucifer.
Hollywood Brucifer.
Hollywood Brucifer. Mad Max, the Mandalorian, and Brian, Master of Num Nums.
Figure drawing's back. I have to always unblock
figure drawing. What's figure drawing doing back?
Someone doesn't like him. I have no idea figure drawing.
Maybe fall out of a YouTuber's ass or something?
Well, you do. Well,
wait,
he does say
free?
He does say stupid shit, but
yeah, that's your buddy.
I mean, to be fair,
he's not my buddy, but there's a lot of people.
I don't know. Him and Zeno, they're pretty close to you.
No, Zeno doesn't even come around anymore. Yes, you were blocked, figure drawing. Hello, Mama Bear. You do have some horrible takes, though, figure drawing.
Somebody wants to call you out on stream.
But to be fair,
who does?
Horrible takes.
Who else?
Are a part of this channel.
Oh, today?
Yeah, I just got a text. I got to call Max out. I'm furious.
Who is that? Perp?
No.
Chris? Oh, okay. Oh, I know what it's about.
What you do
I know
now?
what it's about. People are mad about my last video.
What was your last video?
Listen, I love who's
America?
Hawkeye actor.
Renner.
Jeremy Renner. I really like him. But something's not add up with his story about being offered half the price or half his salary for the next season. I made a title, Is He Lying? Or the clickbait title. And I said, listen, I love him. I'm very happy that he survived the accident and fighting his way back. But something's not adding up to where they would just offer him half the salary. And I said, is there context missing? Was it going to be the Kate Bishop show? And that's why he was offered less. Why would they offer him half? There's got to be something missing.
Well, if you would watch my content, you would know that I said he was offered less because he's probably not able to do all the physical stuff he did in the first season. They probably have to hire a stuntman to do more.
You know this
of the action scenes. No, it just sounds really good when I say it. And I know.
So you're just pulling shit out of your ass too.
But when I do it, it's believable.
It is more believable. You have such confidence.
But that sounds more plausible than he's lying. Actually, I don't know about lying, but
I did question mark it. I wasn't saying he was lying. That's just a clickbait title to get people in. I didn't suggest he's lying. But
a clickbait title just
absolutely. I am playing the game of YouTube now. I am a YouTuber, and I asked the question. I didn't go as far. In the video, I didn't go as far as to saying he was lying, but I'm saying there's definitely some context missing.
Chris says he won't even cuss.
Dude, you basically did.
I said, "Is he lying?"
You basically just farted in my room and told me you didn't want to fart in my room, dude. Don't ever say you're a YouTuber.
It was an accident.
I am going
accidentally clickbait.
Listen, brother, I am holding back on. I was going to get political today.
Oh my God! Once we go through this, we're not doing this tonight.
I'm not doing it because there's tariffs on Hollywood now too. Is another topic.
We can do a separate video for that. Not when we have guests. And why is Brian frozen?
Can someone screenshot this? I need this as
Oh
a new
my God.
the Brian of Master of Scorn.
We will not talk political when we have guests on the show, Max.
I don't know why, Chris. I knew it was going to be about I love Jeremy Renner too. I did the thing that Campia does. Campia asks a question, the answers. I didn't suggest he was lying.
But
I said I think he's leaving out some context as to why he was offered less.
But when you do clickbait titles like that, and you're the only one on the video, and you don't have a different point of view, it's not really a discussion about the question you're asking the audience. It turns into a statement that they think you believe, and you just getting them to come on the show full of shit. I
thought of an interesting question, and I used it for the title. I didn't necessarily believe that he's lying, but I do think at the very least he's leaving out context,
I think this is the first time I'm actually speechless, appalled, and kind of mad at the same time at Matt.
At me?
Yes, I've been those three things with you before, but not at the same time. The only thing left is for me to be disgusted, and you haven't reached that level yet. But you're getting pretty goddamn close to that line.
Keep saying you're a YouTuber, Max.
I'm a YouTuber. We're getting a weird echo here. Someone has it on the background.
It's not me.
I don't hear an echo.
It's you, Max.
No, it's not me.
Yes, it is.
Now it's gone. Now it's gone.
Yeah, because it was you.
Nobody did anything.
And you fixed it.
What did he say? He did fix
trying
it.
to look Smith.
No, I barely didn't even
trying
touch
to blame everybody else on the
my hands were my hands weren't even on there.
You know when he doesn't believe half the shit he says, his voice goes up 3 octaves.
It's all these insane accusations.
I could give 2 shits about clickbait, man. Who the hell cares?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. YouTube doesn't differentiate between news and opinions or anything else,
But I just don't understand why people have to get all up in arms about reputations when we're literally talking to the same 15, 20 people.
Not me. I'm shooting for the moon.
Are we ruining our reputations because of that?
I'm not ruining anything.
I'm taking this shit so seriously because that's been my experience on YouTube, which is just ugh.
Well, I'm the only one that actually has a good reputation on YouTube and with the community.
It doesn't matter.
I like my reputation of being Hollywood Brucifer and being an asshole, damn it.
Okay. All right. Anywho, so what's the topics, man? What
are we
yakka-lacking about tonight?
Well, I have...
We'll say hi to the chat. And then...
I have to. CGH was going off on the chat.
We got CGH here.
Can I admit something to both Donovan and CGH?
Oh my God.
When you talk that much in the chat before I even get to the live stream, I'm not going to read all that crap. If you have 1 or 2 comments, maybe I'll read that. But not 10 comments before I get live. I'm just going to ignore that.
Just time them out for 10 to 15 minutes.
That's engagement. They were there.
Whatever happens
Brian, would you?
First.
No, I'm not going to. That's engagement, but still.
It's engagement.
I'm not reading 10 notes.
I'm not going to correct anyone because it's engagement.
No,
because I'm a YouTuber.
10 notes in the chat before I even get here. I'm not going to read all that. I got a show to put on. I got
Well, that's why we don't read these comments. And let me finish what I was doing. Okay. Hello, Donovan. Hello, Isaac, the biggest movie fan. Hello, Dan's Comic Corner. Hello. Great guy. Please watch his content. Terry Floyd, the master of...
Goddamn camera pisses me off.
Terry Floyd. Figure drawing has returned from the bowels of YouTube. The lovely queen of the kingdom, Mama Bear, is here. Jim Camilli, my only buddy that collects DCU as much as I do. Yay. And everybody else is just CGH and Donovan. Wah, wah, wah. Chris, wah, wah, wah. And LeBeau is here. What's up, nerds?
I mean, if we're talking about Thunderbolts, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know.
Daryl Taylor's here. Well, Max hasn't seen it either. I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
But from the buzz, we're talking about the buzz around the movie, and people are excited for this movie, and even though they're wrong about it, they're talking about it. Until the next thing comes out, then they hate it again. You know what I mean?
Well, I have a video that I want to share. Now, this is potential spoilers for it, but it's from the cast themselves. And is it a spoiler? Or is it just a joke?
Well,
That's what
CJ said you use bots.
I don't use bots. What, for my views?
Oh, so you don't buy subs like some of these YouTubers we know?
No.
Okay, just asking.
I could, but I don't. You know,
Okay.
I get over 100K views per month now because I do consistent shorts and clip outs, which people complain. All right, so Ryan, if you're okay with this is from the cast themselves on the press tour. It's a spoiler though, or it might not be a spoiler because I haven't seen it.
It's gonna be a while before I see this movie, so
Okay, it's gonna do. You might
spoil away.
So is this okay? Hold on, let me see here. Let's just play here. The new Avengers, asterisk, the new Avengers. They revealed what the asterisk was by the Thunderbolts. They revealed what the asterisk was by the Thunderbolts. Is this good marketing? Is this just a joke? Or is this really the formation, the bones of the new Avengers? I guess you can't answer, Bruce, because seeing it without giving spoilers. But is this a good thing to do? Good marketing? Is this going to help their second week in box office?
I think it ruins.
Oh, really?
I think it ruins the experience. Well, not the experience, the buzz for Thunderbolts, because the general audience that did not see Thunderbolts, they will not get that, and you'll see marketing for New Avengers, and they go to the movie theater. Can I watch New Avengers? And they look for tickets for New Avengers. There's no New Avengers. I think it's a little confusing for the general audience.
So based on your response and based on what Chris is saying there, that it's not, I don't think it's necessarily just a joke, that this is the bones of the New Avengers. I thought they were because there was at the early trailers, as someone that didn't see it yet, the early trailers is one of the jokes was, what do we call ourselves? And someone said the Thunderbolts, and no, that's a stupid name. So I thought it might just be a joke that someone suggested that, but they may actually be the bones of the new Avengers.
Well, this was kind of
without the supers.
There was a little foreshadowing before the movie came out, because one of the last trailers that they released, Florence Pugh, or I forgot who it was, said the Avengers aren't here. I guess that leaves us. Okay. So I think that was a little hint that this was coming, that the new Avengers was going to be a part of Thunderbolts, but that's just me.
Okay, Brian, do you care at all? Or I honestly go ahead.
No, not really. I mean, cool. But I don't know. General audience, man, you confuse them, you lose them. So
I think it's actually good marketing. I thought it was just for a joke, but apparently this might be the bones of the new Avengers without the super parts of the Avengers, like the ones with superpowers, except for potentially, I don't know what happens with Sentry. Don't spoil it if you
doesn't John Walker have super soldier serum in him?
I guess.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
So does what's his face?
But honestly, if they would have called it the New Avengers, it would have done better box office, I think.
I think they should just called it the League of Captain America.
I mean, based on name recognition, you're not wrong, Max. I mean, if they'd have called this the New Avengers, it would have gotten more regular people out to it, because they would think it was a sequel to the last Avengers movie.
They are waiting till the second week
5 years ago.
So that is interesting marketing. They're not doing this
second week. This was like a day after it opened.
I was this looks like premiere.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, this may help the second weekend box office to make sure their numbers don't drop. Maybe they'll get a boost. Maybe this is next level marketing. They get a boost from this.
I don't know. I don't know if this is going to.
It's getting old. It's going. There's a lot of stuff.
I don't even know. I don't know if this is going to make 400 million or 500 million. I don't know. There might be a big drop off this week.
But it's an intricate ad campaign because there's stuff all over the place. I also saw one with Sebastian Stan that'll try to bring up. Let's see what else. Wow, that cast looks amazing. Okay, all right. Let me bring that down and see if I could find the other one.
I mean, I'm gonna say this: Julia Louis-Dreyfus is aged very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, she looks better than she did when she played Elaine.
She does.
You know, and I didn't think she looked very good playing Elaine. I'm just saying, curly hair doesn't do it for me. But yeah, I mean,
you don't like curly pubes?
What?
What?
What? This is the Power Hour. Anything can be said. This is not the family show of the channel.
I like to shave. But anywho,
you made him lose his train of thought.
I didn't do it. I didn't do anything.
You're talking curly cues and whatnot over here. Yeah, no. I want to see it, but I just don't have money for the theater right now. My rent went up, so it's kind of hard to justify such expenditures. I mean, it's hard enough getting Disney Plus nowadays. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I will say this. After watching it, I did not connect with this movie at all.
What? Wow.
I've said this before. It's just a team of super soldiers and a Black Widow. I didn't care about Black Widow. I didn't care about Yelena's story in Black Widow.
All right.
U.S. Agent was very underwhelming in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I noticed people are calling this thing the greatest thing Marvel's done since Endgame because of their simping for Florence Pugh. Just saying, they are.
I do too.
I know you are. You know, but it's a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's a good movie. If you're here for 85% storytelling and maybe 5% action in a movie, this is the movie for you.
I would like more action.
If a team movies are supposed to have action in them. That's why they're team movies. I don't need 20 minutes of them trying to figure out how to get a goddamn room.
Oh, spoilers.
And Brian is frozen again. Yay, frozen Brian.
All right. Well,
here we go.
I'm not even going to talk about it. We're good.
I froze again. I froze right when it said you were talking about people simping for Florence Pugh. What the hell's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Absolutely.
I'm saying that's the reason a lot of people are saying it's a great movie because they're simping for Florence Pugh.
Okay,
and this is just Black Widow too.
Maybe they're simping. No, it's not. You're still wrong about that, bro.
Maybe it's not a great superhero movie.
Okay, maybe
it's not a great action movie. That is my opinion, and my opinion is always right because I'm the goddamn
valid. It's not always right. It's definitely valid, but it's not always right.
Am I always right, Chris?
Well, you're right a lot of the time, but not this time. But not this time.
You're right about Daredevil. You're not right about
and I simped for her acting, man. I teared up twice watching that movie. Twice.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. The majority of my
family, bro. Waterworks.
The majority of my friends that have been having some issue that don't say it's a dumpster fire, the MCU, but have not been loving the new recent MCU output, say they love this movie, except for Bruce. So,
but he also loves the new output. So, I mean, is he really the best judge on that?
Yes.
He said yes.
Yes, Agatha was great. Andor was great.
I'm not talking about Agatha. I'm talking about movies.
Oh, movies, yes.
Marvels. Yeah, that was fantastic, wasn't it?
I didn't say it was fantastic. I said it was a good movie. It could have been better.
Okay.
So there. So you know what, Brian? No more num-nums for you.
Oh man.
All right. Blue Jay's been a member for 33 months. Thank you, Blue
Back
Jay.
to
Bruce,
begging.
stop making baseless
Oh,
claims.
fuck my back.
I am now
How is that a baseless claim?
I am
Wait,
going
hold
to
on,
make
Max. Hold on, Max.
a badge for MME members that says Florence Pugh Simp. We will wear our badge proudly.
It's not a baseless claim
Giving you
when
a sip-
3 out of 4 people
Can you have
on
a
this panel
mushroom cloud
disagree
behind
with
it?
me.
No,
Agree with
2. Don't
me.
take 3. Don't take 3. Nah, stop it. Stop
Actually,
it. Stop
I
it.
already have a laminator. I'm going to do a monthly.
Oh, Chris
I'm
didn't say he
gonna
was
do.
a simp.
I
Okay.
might
no,
do
no.
a monthly simp card.
2 out of 4.
I said
mail
I
them out to
simp for.
members.
Look at Max, always trying to shill. Look, I'm
He is
saying
always trying to
that
shill.
I was simping for her acting. This girl in every movie she's
I'm
ever been in
simping for every
steals
part of her.
every scene. She steals every scene in every movie she's ever been in. This girl. Now, to me, she's not even like one of those. I think Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the sexiest chick in the movie, but that's just me. I love her all white outfit, gray streak, Tulsi Gabbard look. You know that's what they were going for,
Oh,
right? They were
God.
trying to make her look like Tulsi. That's what a
right.
shot.
You like Tulsi
Let
Gabbard?
me address
I think
this.
she looks good. I think she's
No,
pretty.
she is. Pretty.
Let me address this. Do you have a problem with dealing with
damn it, dude.
Do you have a problem with dealing with mental illness and suicide? No, I do not, because I'm friends with Max
movie-
and he makes me want to kill myself
Then the
every other
movie-
goddamn
then the
day.
movie's not good. Then you can't relate to that kind of movie. But other people, it's literally
Well,
it's gonna feel like the movie was made just for them.
Can we
It's
get
such
can
a
we-
great allegory.
the same people that are
And you're
praising
shitting on it.
mo-
Wow.
I am
you're
shitting on it.
You're
But
shitting
some
on a
shit-
movie about mental health. Wow, bro. Wow.
I shit on
Wow.
YouTubers with mental health issues too. What's your point? So
Nothing.
anyway, the same. You know what? We're past 5 minutes. The same motherfuckers that are complaining, about
God.
Talking dirty. Look at
these
it.
You don't
motherfuckers
wanna
out
hear
here
it talk dirty.
complaining about they don't want real world stuff in their movies. Blah blah blah. Well, I want to escape. They
Oh my
put
God.
some real world stuff in the movie, and it's the best thing ever. Stick to your fucking guns, guys, and stop fucking simping
That's
for
not a
trolling
fair.
fucking
That's
people. Get out of here with
not
that
a fair.
nonsense.
That's not a fair assessment. I think that people love it because
Why?
I think people love it because it's balanced between real world shit.
You
and
you
fantasy
think it's
shit.
balanced?
It's very balanced. That guy was flying.
Out of
What the fuck are
here.
you talking about? A guy was flying while the people on the ground were like, "We cannot beat him. We're fucked." Like they knew it too. They knew they were like, "We are fucked," and they're like, "How do we do this?" And then they deal with their mental shit. The whole third act was an allegory for anti-suicide, alcoholism, all of it. Dealing with the dark side of yourself that you don't want to let out.
I want to escape real world stuff, real world
No,
problems,
he's just
and
playing.
enjoy myself at the
he's-
theater.
He's just kayfabing now. Use the word you always throw at me.
But this, I can tell you right now, this movie ain't going to be for everybody. It's not.
It's
You know,
not.
you don't.
It really
you don't.
isn't.
You don't get a big fight in the third act. It's got some pacing issues, but
What? No
Everybody
fight in the
seems to love
third
it.
act? God damn
No
it.
fight in the third
no,
act.
I said no. I said no big fight in the third.
You know
act.
what? I'm spoiling it. It's the week. It's 4 days after opening. If you're gonna have a big ass bad guy like Sentry, and the way you defeat him is talking about motherfucking feelings, this is not the movie for me. This is not the movie for you. And that's
wow.
not how that works.
Then you
Screw
don't
you.
understand the
We're-
character.
Get-
Then you don't understand
spoil
the
it.
character. 'Cause that's what the whole character.
Spoil it.
He
Yeah,
said
that's
he
what
was going to.
I didn't think it was gonna
gave a
actually
spoiler
do it.
warning.
Just
Get
save
outta here
yourself
with
the
that
trouble
nonsense.
and
Get
wait
outta
until
here.
it comes out on freaking on streaming.
Brian, I'll send you right
He's
now.
always been healed.
I'll send you to see it right fucking
not
now if
even
you want to go
Nah,
see
I'm
it.
all right, man.
Hollywood
I'm good.
Brucifer's
I'll
here.
wait.
Let's go.
Oh my God, who is this ass?
Hollywood Brucifer. Let's go.
He's
Hollywood
going
Bruce.
Hulk.
Said
He's
no
doing,
motherfucking
he's
prisoner.
going
Let's
John
go.
Cena. He's
Yeah.
going
Let me
Hollywood
Not
Hulk.
to be
This is the
demonetized.
NWO
Let's go.
version
Let's
of
go.
Bruce.
He's going
What's
Final
going on
Boss.
Right, Blue Jay wants to get in. Bruce
He
is
went-
demonetizing us and spoiling us the
No
whole time.
shit. I was behaving
Yeah, the
myself. I didn't
power
say
hour just
nothing
got
bad
rolled,
yet.
bud.
I'm
is
the
the
new,
most
I'm the new
rational person
bipolar
here
Jedi.
That's crazy right now. I'm never the most rational person.
I mean, to be fair, I keep freezing. But yeah.
Oh man,
Bruce, how can you like the real world? And let me just ask you something, okay? We don't got to debate it. You know, I love you no matter what, but how can you love all the real world stuff that happened in Captain? Hold on.
How much do you love me?
Not
Not
much
that
right
much.
now.
Listen, now I don't know. I don't like the Hill version of you. It's scaring me. You got
don't.
that
I
whole
don't like
Booker
it
T, all hell King Booker shit going on right now. Look,
Well-
even the dirty face. Do the mean face again. I wouldn't
This
fuck
one?
with this guy. I wouldn't fight this guy right now. No, and
Well,
I know I'm mean. I wouldn't
just-
fight him. Look at him.
He just needs
Anyway,
a black
Bruce,
and
we're
white
listening.
screen.
I attacked him at his
And-
house when
and
he was
some-
talking about Rise of Skywalker. How
Okay,
great it
Bruce,
is.
listen. I
Yeah,
have
and
a
I
serious
didn't want to
question.
hurt you.
I
You
have
had
a
an
serious-
armband on. I didn't
I-
want to hurt you.
I do have
Oh,
a
what is
serious
this?
question.
Is this turning into MMA? What
No,
is
I
this?
just I want to ask you a question, and it's a
Go
serious
ahead.
one about
Go
the
ahead. Ask
movie.
the question. Go ask the
All right.
question.
You and I, we loved Captain America 4, and a lot of people had issues with it. And one of your favorite parts of Captain America 4 was the fact that they brought real world shit into it, like with Isaiah and all that stuff that was happening to him in the suit. You loved that shit.
Of course
But
I
for
did.
but for some reason, it's not cool in this movie. It's the same shit.
Did you not see me making fun of the candy asses that go out there? I don't want real world in my movies. Wah, wah, wah. I want to escape.
God.
My life sucks. I want to be in a fantasy.
Okay,
Wah,
but that's not
wah.
everybody. That's not us. That's not the people.
I
that
know
watch
it's not
the
us. I'm
movie.
not
That's-
talking about us over
Well,
here.
who are we talking about?
I'm talking about them over there. Over there, you know, over there. Come on,
Hey,
get out of
you
here.
said who's over
The
there?
ones
You
who
got to
were
drop some
bitching.
names over here. Put a dime in the phone. Huh? Drop dime. Drop dime, Brucey. Don't
Damn.
you're not going to beat me on an Italian act. Maybe Brooklyn, but never Italian.
That is my Italian.
It's all right. You sound like a
I
knockoff.
sound more Italian than some people I know that try to be Italian.
You sound like an extra on Sopranos.
I know. That's what I'm talking the way Dom talks.
Anyway,
I'm
look, I'll die on this hill. I love this movie. I think this movie is one of the smartest movies Marvel's ever done. Not just in Phase 5. I mean, ever. This is one of the smartest projects they've ever done because it dealt with shit in a way where the allegory made sense. That last scene, everyone knows what the symbolism in that entire third act is so fucking above and beyond what Marvel's been doing lately. People ask for something different. They don't want the same formula. Then you give them something different and they bitch because it's not formulaic anymore. What the fuck is wrong with people? I
That's
don't
why
get
I
it.
just gave up, dude. Because I swear to God, this is the only time I will mention Superman. It doesn't matter what movie comes out, people are gonna find ways to dislike it.
Yeah,
That's everything in life because
I'm
this
just-
is based.
In our sphere, it's just gonna go insane.
You
It's
know, and,
basically just Yelp.
Dude, my
and
YouTube-
for anyone that's watching and it's your first introduction to Hollywood Brucifer, and I know I just said 15, 20 minutes ago that it was a good
I'm not
movie,
gonna
but,
lie, I'm a
but
little
it's
turned
not for
on.
me.
Blue Jay
But-
was here and he left. You didn't bring Blue Jay in.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to bring Blue Jay in.
I thought
Blue
you were
Jay,
going to
get
bring
in.
Blue Jay
Get
in.
back in here.
I'll say this much, okay? I dig
Oh,
Hollywood. I
hold
dig
on,
Hollywood.
let me
Brucifer.
finish this, Chris.
I'm a little
This
turned
message
on.
has been brought
Not
to you
gonna
by
lie.
the NWO.
Yeah, all my point is,
All right, go ahead.
don't believe everything you see on the internet because anyone can say whatever the fuck they want. It cannot be true, and you guys are believing it. And this is why your candy asses.
No,
And
Bruce, just put a question mark behind it, and it's okay.
yeah, put a question mark.
I'm
Is
finally
he
going to look
lying
for.
or not? Come
I'm
on.
finally going to look for a new co-host on the Power Hour because I'm not doing this every week getting demonetized with Hollywood Bruce.
Anyway, all I was this is what I
can
want to
be
say about
Chris
this movie.
Ward.
The reason this movie moved me, and maybe it don't move any everybody else, but we've all got our own personal hells. Nobody's problems are bigger than anybody else's. But this is the kind of movie that when it's over, it makes you want to call the people you care about and check on them. It makes you want to be, hey man, you all right, homie? Or call your mom. You feeling okay? This is the kind of movie that does that. And people have been bitching they want this. Then when they get it, they don't want it no more.
Exactly.
I am disappointed there's not a lot of action, but I understand if the story, like I don't like we already went into spoilers. I'm assuming Sentry is so OP that the Thunderbolts have to talk him down with logic and reason and emotions instead of fighting him because it's just never going
Exactly.
to work.
But
Right,
they're
so
fighting,
that-
but they're fighting. They're fighting, Max, but they're fighting in his brain.
Yeah.
But it's so well done. And they all do it. And believe it or not, it's not even Yelena that comes up with it. It's Bucky. Bucky's like, yo, something's wrong with homeboy. You know, but Yelena's just the first one to get to him because she was the only one through the whole movie to show him any kind of affection.
I will say this: Hollywood Brucifer is going to be the first anti woke SJWV.
I want to be in it. I want to be involved. I want to be involved. Let's do this
out here.
Out here, over here, we're chudding. You know
yeah, we're chudding out here. We're chudding out here.
We're look, make a shirt, print it right now, trademark it. We chudding.
We're chudding. We're chudding. You heard it here first. We're chudding.
Hey, Blue Jay, how's it going?
Hey, Blue Jay.
Good. Good. Everything I've heard from Bruce is Hollywood Bruce. I'm sorry. I had to go with Chris that this is actually okay. I actually think this is a really good film. If I had to give it a rating, it's an 8 out of 10. It's not absolute cinema like that.
No, it's not Endgame or and it's not, it's not that, Blue Jay, but it's a good 8. It's a good solid film.
It's definitely the best of Phase 5.
But you can't get Endgame, guys. You know why? It took 20 years to get there. It took 20 years for a movie like Endgame and Infinity War to happen. And now everybody thinks every Marvel movie, the next movie, I'm sorry, I'm taking up Blue Jay's time, but I need to get this out. You can't have Endgame, Infinity War. You can't have the first Iron Man all the time. Iron Man was great because it was the first. Civil War was great because they fought each other. Infinity War and Endgame was great because it took 20 years to get there. This is a standalone film about mental health and alcoholism. And people are complaining. And I don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. And it's got a 90-some on fucking Rotten Tomatoes on one half.
I haven't heard that many people complain about this one.
Well, no, it's not making any money. It's not making any money. I know that. And that's weird because it's got 90s on both sides.
Well, I honestly, I'd have to see the budget. I honestly didn't think they were expecting the numbers like they were expecting for Captain America 4. There's a lot more pressure on Captain America 4. It's the fourth in the series where the
budget was $1 billion. No, I don't know what the budget was. It was like 180 or something like that. Yeah,
it's 180. It's 180.
Yeah, and here's what people I like analyzing numbers. Oh, go ahead, Blue Jay.
Are we talking about numbers now?
Well, I haven't get to my thing. Chris got it. And
sorry. Yeah, I'm done now. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna mute my mic for a minute.
No, okay, no. I was like, okay. I saw the film yesterday. I did see the freaking it has been a whole week, and they're already titling the new Avengers, which talk about spoilers, guys. Whatever. I liked it. It's definitely the best film of Phase 5. I don't think it's great. I do think there are some pacing issues. I think it takes a little while for him to get out of that room. I'm not gonna say what is specifically, but it's definitely more of a Yelena movie than like a team movie. You do have some character moments, where you got Bucky, you got Walker. Walker is definitely like a highlight.
I loved him. Yeah.
Ava, like the ghost character, she has some stuff, but she character wise not too much. The Bob, easily like one of the best characters in the movie, but you can tell it's mostly a Yelena film. It's about her turmoil. So I kind of like how they did that. So I definitely give it an 8 out of 10. And it's definitely being the last film of Phase 5 being the best one. And I'm curious to see what we got. We got Phase 6, we got Fantastic Four, which is the next one. After that, we got Doomsday. After that, we got Brand New Day, Spider-Man, and Secret Wars. We're getting 4 films in Phase 6.
Well, John, I don't think anybody was looking at. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat. I don't think anybody was looking at it like that. I haven't heard anybody say that. And plus, they never announced it. It's a female-led. Everybody gets a moment to shine. As a matter of fact, as far as I can tell, most people's favorite has been Walker or Red Guardian. Like you go and I think that it's a spoiler within a spoiler, and I don't want to spoil it. You know what I'm saying? That was hard to say, but
you want me to spoil it?
The asterisk, I think the asterisk was always supposed to be there because they were going to announce later on down the line it was New Avengers. But it's a joke. That's the thing. It's a joke within a joke, guys, because they're not really the New Avengers.
Okay, that's what
You
I was
find that
thinking.
out in the post-credit scene. They're not really, but I don't want to spoil that because everything else has been spoiled. No, they can see the post-credit scene, figure it out for themselves.
Actually, you guys confused me because before I got here, I was like, this has got to be just a joke, a gag in the movie because they were debating about the name of the team. You know,
but I will say this. I did build up something in my head that I didn't get, and maybe that impacted how I felt about the film because I wanted Bucky, since he's been around pretty much longer than
since the first Captain America.
Yes, he's been around since forever. And you would have thought that he would have been the focal point of this movie going forward because he has the most recognition in the MCU. For people that did not watch the Black Widow movie and Hawkeye, they don't know who Yelena is.
Yeah, they don't really know. Yeah,
and
that's
shout out to my boy Degrassi, who's at a Pearl Jam concert right now. He said it a while ago that whatever Captain America makes is what Thunderbolts will make less or just about the same.
Yeah,
because they're both the same quality of movie.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I do have a question for Bruce. So
Hollywood Brucifer, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hollywood Brucifer.
Yeah, go ahead.
So now we got Thunderbolts. What do you think of Phase 5 as a whole? Since we started with Ant-Man, Quantumania, then Thunderbolts.
I think if you take these movies and projects individually and not as a sum total,
yeah,
I'll say 85% of them were good shows, good movies. But Marvel's total, whatever they were going for with this phase, it fell flat. It really did fall flat. Because no one showed up for Daredevil. No one showed up for Agatha. No one showed up for Captain America. And the list just goes on and on. And if Kevin Feige would have pulled his head out his ass for once and think and listen to other people and just instead of I'm Kevin Feige, I do what the fuck I want. Everybody will just come out. He realized this week that's not gonna happen.
Oh, so now we're hating on Feige. Okay.
I've been hating.
He just does that because he says
Feige for months.
No, because he says
everybody gives Feige a fucking pass.
He
doesn't
Feige ain't the guy that directs these movies. He ain't the guy that writes them.
Feige should be fucking fired and be replaced. Feige should be out the door. He carried the torch. He dropped the torch. Now the fucking house is on fire and burning, and we're sitting here like morons waiting to be rescued. We got to get out, guys. Get out the house. It's burning.
No, he is one of them. Besides Kathy, he's one of the biggest producers in Hollywood. With the
you see what I'm doing right there, Chris?
Yeah. I see. But look at what he created in under 20 years. I mean, look at what this guy created.
He's way more successful than Kathy in his universe.
I doubt it.
You doubt what?
Here we go.
You doubt what?
When was Endgame?
2019.
No, I there's definitely room to criticize, but say getting fired.
And every project since Endgame, people have not liked the majority.
But he's actually put movies in the theaters since Endgame.
The circle of douchebags that are around us on YouTube.
Okay, I like that.
You're just trying to get me to prop up Kathy.
I am not trying to. I didn't even mention Kathy Kennedy. Can we have a discussion about ahead of us?
You're doing it again. I see what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You gaslight motherfucker.
You have to compare about ahead of a studio without bringing up Gunn or Kathleen Kennedy.
Because you have to bring up
Gunn is next.
Gunn is next. Right, exactly, because he's the head of a universe. There's very few.
Oh, I called that one.
There's the Monster Universe, which they were decorating their offices for that big ad reveal with Tom Cruise who else was in there? Gladiator actor. I'm blanking on names. They were all pictures of the whole monster universe that failed after Tom Cruise's Mummy. There's the Godzilla MonsterVerse, which has succeeded. There's the DC universe, which is like failed multiple times. There's Star Wars and there's Marvel. And Star Trek. Star Trek has a universe, but Star Trek hasn't really had a mainline movie. They've just been really prolific on the streaming.
Star Trek is not a movie based. They
It's
have
a universe.
movies, but they don't depend on the movies like
universe.
yes.
It's driven more by television as opposed to. It's the opposite of the MCU. The thing is, what I appreciated about Feige and the MCU is that he is a Star Trek fan and he recognizes that the best way to keep a good universe going is to have television and movies working for you. It's just they have the opposite strategy because the movies have just been gangbusters up till recently, you know.
Yeah, and I think they're just in the middle. Of
Joe,
course. I think
I
they're
love-
just in the middle of course correcting.
Hollywood
That's what I think they're doing.
approves of Joe's comment,
I love Joe, but his takes are horrible.
but you know,
And attacking the audience, saying that the audiences are stupid for not showing up. That is not the way to do better. Why can't we say Marvel should do better? Why can't Marvel get
this
new
is the
audience?
type of comment that me and Chris like because he's shutting right now. I like it. I like it. I like it. We're shutting.
It's gonna be a thing, Bruce. It's gonna be a thing.
The experience has to be better for consumers to get new consumers, get new people.
I agree, Max. But they got to come see the movie. They got to come see the movie to find out if it's good or not. They can't say, "Oh, they course corrected and now we are happy with the product again," if they don't go fucking see it. They got to take a chance and go see it.
This goes to politics, geekdom, and everything. People that grasp at the past, some blank make things like they used to be again. Star Wars and everything. For things to really progress, they need to get better. Star Wars has to get better. Marvel has to get better. And then blaming the audience and the consumers for not showing up, saying there's great product there and you're just not supporting it, is bullshit. It's got to feel fresh. It's got to feel new. That's why my wife's checked out of superhero movies. She's like, okay, I've seen something like this before. It doesn't feel fresh or new. I'm done. And there's a lot of people like that. You have to wow them to get new people to customers. Yeah.
How, Max? How? What's your grand solution? How are you going to fix the MCU?
It has to feel fresh. Something.
Okay.
No, it has to be
young
and energy.
No, what I'm saying is
Brian, your mic.
Putting out superlatives.
Brian, your mic. We can barely hear you.
It's all feedback. Yeah, we can't hear.
Damn it. Can you hear me now?
A lot of feedback still.
Worse.
Yeah.
Worse. I hate it when my mic don't cooperate.
Dude, my mic keeps going in and out. I have to keep switching to the webcam.
This is the worst comment you've ever said, Joe. No, F the audience? Are you freaking kidding me? That's not a way to get new consumers. I hate the audience.
Is it better now?
Yes, it sounds great.
Yes, sir. There you go.
You sound like an out-of-touch executive at these movie studios. F the audience. They don't deserve stuff. That's no way. That's no way to get new fans and new customers that want to support you. Look, regardless of the quality of products, look how many movies are on the shelf, how many movies exist.
And how many movies have you actually watched on that shelf?
That's a different conversation, Bruce.
Oh,
okay.
Let's make it sure.
You're straying from the point. Any movie that you come out with, there's something that's probably more than likely been done better in the history of Hollywood. So there's very few things and takes that people haven't seen yet. It's got to feel fresh and new to get people there.
Okay, but look at Absolute Geek's comment. That's a good comment, but
hey, man, subscribe to Absolute Geek. He does a great wrestling show every Thursday at 9 p.m. Absolute Geek. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get him to 1,000 subs. And you can watch him and Dom go back and forth about wrestling politics.
Yeah, hey, Absolute Geek. I love this comment. Look
Right,
at the
yeah,
Minecraft. They need to be an event now.
But
Yeah.
let me say something. You can't make every movie can't be an event, and standalone
Or-
movies like this. Hold on, standalone movies like this are what moves the story along to the next big event movie. If you guys think Doctor Doom, Avengers Doom isn't going to fucking make a ton of money, it is, and people are already saying it's going to suck. And I'll still bet you it makes about 800 million.
Or it has to
Okay,
be.
so
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
well, I was gonna say you gotta kind of have to put your wrestling boots on here for a second and just follow me. All right. So every month the WWE has a pay-per-view. Okay. It's a small show, but it still advances their quote unquote story.
Exactly.
Okay. And what's the build up to?
The next big pay-per-view.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, and it all builds up for the WrestleMania.
It all
you
builds
pay
up
per
to
view.
WrestleMania. So WrestleMania, in a good WrestleMania, it's a year's worth of story, all culminating.
With maybe 4
You know,
or 5
sometimes it does
good
happen, sometimes it
pay-per-views.
doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Like when The Rock doesn't
that's
show
what
up.
keeps the momentum going. You have to slowly and gradually build up. Okay, but the problem is we've already slowly and gradually built up, and now everything we want to do is try to top what came before. And the thing is that's not going to happen.
No.
Okay,
Infinity War and
as
Endgame
far
was
as
a once and
blaming the audience, blame the audience all you want. It's not true. I mean, just because people's tastes change, you can't blame them.
Right.
Yeah, that's complete bullshit.
You know,
yeah,
that's
you
foolish.
can't- right. That's bullshit. Like, bro, like when you look at me, I would watch every MCU movie that comes out. I'm just picking which one I'm the most excited for. I'm like, okay, I'm just going with the flow, like Thunderbolts. I was not all that interested in Thunderbolts when it was announced at all. But the more
I don't think anybody was, Blue Jay. I really don't.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
think anybody really was.
more of the trailers I've seen, I was like, okay, it's seems to be more sure of itself than any other movie I've seen. So I walked in, went to go see it, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it an 8 out of 10. My expectations were pretty much met. Almost
Yeah,
like
I got
way
exactly
too
what I wanted, and I was very pleasantly surprised. I think a lot of people did, but it doesn't. I still don't know. It doesn't explain. It just doesn't explain how it's got these huge scores. Word of mouth. I wonder if it's gonna have any legs next weekend. I wonder.
I
know?
think the new campaign's gonna get good word of mouth. The new Avengers, what? Even if it's a joke.
It's not a full joke. I just can't spoil it for you, Max. It's not a joke, but it's a joke within a joke.
May is pretty.
I will say this. It just goes to preview that cinema scores, critic scores, audience scores does not always translate to box
money.
office
Yep.
numbers.
We've
Thank
been
you.
saying that forever.
People
We
take
have been
cinema
saying
scores
that
to
forever.
heart for no reason. People take cinema scores to heart, and I just don't understand that.
Here's
I look at it as just
Oh.
it's a good way to gauge maybe the interest in the product. That's the only time I pay attention to it.
Good cinema score means less of a drop off the second and third weekends.
That's not true. That's not true, Max.
Most of the time. Most of the
No.
time.
Mm-mm.
Yes. That's what I've heard. And
Correlate.
that's what I've seen.
Huh?
Yes. So that means the cinema scores people that actually seen it. And they score the movie after.
Yeah, but the cinema score is such a small number of viewers that actually vote for cinema score. It's not a huge representation of a larger audience of moviegoers that day.
It's still
do they keep fluctuating the grade? Guys, do they keep fluctuating the grade?
I think it's just the initial. I think
okay, well, the initial for Sinners before the second weekend was even there had an A-. So how are they grading it on drop off? How are they grading it on drop off if they've already given it?
They're not. No,
it's not grading on drop off.
It's an indicator.
It's an interesting in the movie if coming back to watch it again. Or
people that grade it that actually paid to see it, actual consumers say, "Oh, I really like this movie." If it's a higher one, that means that it's a good indicator that the quality's there. That the
and it won't have drop off. Is that what you're saying?
It won't be as steep. It won't be as bad.
That makes more sense.
If it's got a bad cinema score like B-, or like, oh, one's not going to have legs.
But we've had movies with A-, and they drop 40-50% the next week. It's happened.
Yeah.
Especially Marvel movies.
I think you're just saying that.
No, it's happened. It's happened.
Everyone, you do that to me all the time. Prove
No.
that one.
Go look up. Go look. Okay, go look
And
up.
then
what-
the excuse is everyone, here goes man. Everyone went to go see it the first weekend. You know, we expected this drop off next week.
That's my
Yeah.
voice.
Yes, this is your voice, Max.
A little
Yeah.
Little
Get
bit.
out of here.
He said a little bit.
Especially when you
Little
get
bit.
inside, you go out like that.
What the hell? I'm gonna elbow drop this Hollywood Bruce from the top rope. This makes
But
me want to
dude,
get you
the
in
other
the ring.
problem is seriously, I've lost count as to how many movies we're in now, bro.
Yeah.
What's that?
Like, come on,
36 or
man. Like,
something?
Look, all I know is The Last Jedi had a cinema score of an A,
Oh,
and
my
it dropped
goes to-
67% the next week. So I don't know if that's a very fair indicator.
Ooh.
You know,
Oh my God, Joe.
Yeah, this is turned to MME.
Oh my God.
They
Joe,
really
are
have.
Are we
Now, I
gonna
really
do
came in
this?
here to talk about the movie. I had fun.
Yeah,
with the
I want
movie.
to talk about the movie.
I don't wanna
just
argue.
I don't
didn't
want to blame the
think it'd be this
audience.
bad.
All right, let Joe have his piece. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I'm just saying they're the only person when we're talking about quality films. First of all, what are we talking about, by the way? Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is a great
In
movie.
general.
No, in general, if a good movie comes out and it's a good quality movie and it doesn't do well, then there is literally no one to blame but the audience.
That's
Logically,
literally the wrong-
logically, that's the only people to blame.
No.
Because if the movie is good, that means the filmmakers did their job. They wrote a good movie,
Marketing.
they directed a good movie, they put out a good movie. It's the audience that didn't show. So this idea that all you as a filmmaker can do is your best work. That's all you can do is your best work. You cannot force an audience at gunpoint to show up. If they don't show up, it's on them.
No, it's marketing.
Everything's
The
marketing.
story.
Marketing is
it makes
bullshit.
sense, but
No,
Marketing
it's
is
the whole-
bullshit, and
your-
I will prove to you. I will prove to you
your
right now.
argument's
Marketing is
wrong,
bullshit.
though.
I will prove to you that marketing.
in
You know
the,
why?
in the
Do you
universe,
know why marketing is bullshit?
these are part of a
Because-
whole universe. They have an instant leg
Because
up.
Revenge of the Sith came back to theaters a couple weeks ago and did exceedingly well, despite the fact that there was no marketing, there was no trailers,
marketed
there were
it
no
everywhere.
commercials on TV. But it did
They
well
marketed
anyway.
Star Wars Celebration that it was going to be
Well,
bad.
you
Oh,
and
and
Star
everyone
Wars
in the world
Celebration?
was at Star Wars. Everyone was in Japan and saw that marketed. Come on,
But
come
it was
on.
on. We watched it on
Max, that
channel,
was a
dude.
bad argument. No, Max.
Well, look, guys,
I heard
guys,
everywhere that it was coming back.
guys. I can say I do have. Okay, look, hear me out. The audience thing, Joe's a little bit right, but Joe, like any business, once the product starts to become disappointing, you lose trust, and that isn't on the audience. That's on
the
who's making the
universe.
product.
Consumer
If the
confidence is
audience
gone.
loses confidence in your product, they're not going to shop at your store anymore.
Consumer
If you love
confidence.
fruit roll-ups all your life, then one day you go eat a fruit roll-up and it tastes like shit. You ain't gonna buy fruit roll-ups
Yeah,
no
but
more.
when is the audience lost?
Yeah.
confidence?
The consumer confidence was gone for DC, and it's sliding with Marvel. Now James Gunn might bring it back. We don't know.
How we
The
go
Hamada-
back to
the-
James Gunn again?
The Hamada version.
Well, I'm just saying
about
that
movie
the
universe.
dropping
Hamada
box offices for the last
Whether-
two movies would tell a tale, but
It-
you know.
Yeah,
in
but box office these days doesn't really matter.
in my
diminishing
line-
returns, man.
Brian, I want to ask Brian this, and I'm looping in Zack Snyder's universe too. The Snyderverse, the Hamadaverse. Is it fair to say that
The Snyder
in
owned
both,
those
in
movies?
both universes,
They-
the audience, general audiences, lost consumer confidence with DC?
They lost confidence with BVS, dude. Second
I
movie
said
in.
that. Okay,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not wrong when you say DC lost
even-
consumer confidence. That's why
even if
DC had to
came
reboot.
out with even if DC came out with a banger, it's still these overall
Yeah,
universes.
It still
that are selling
wouldn't
to
do
the-
much
yeah.
because nobody believes in it.
Yeah.
And hot
It's like
take, this is a hot take when it comes to marketing and everything, but I don't know if anybody's going to agree with me, but I'm going to tell you something. Trailers sell movies.
Yes.
I don't think
trailers.
so anymore.
A good trailer will get you in the seats, man.
I don't think
A
so
bad
anymore.
trailer will make you go, that looks like shit.
I don't think
I'm
that's
gonna
true
wait.
anymore because people keep telling me they don't see trailers.
The
And
other
if you
thing-
think about it, it makes sense. Where are people seeing trailers? Because
There's entire channels that are called just Trailer HD, and they get billions of hits a month. Just on
That's
trailers.
that didn't work out for the Flash, which had a great trailer at the Super Bowl.
You can.
Well, that had, I think that had other, but I think that had other. There's other variables involved. In
The consumer confidence
can
was
skip a trailer after
James
5
Gunn
seconds. dude.
killed the consumer confidence before Flash when he said it was going to be.
we
somewhat of a
bashing James
reboot.
Gunn again.
Right?
Yes.
Because I think he can
Okay.
bring it. I think he can bring back the confidence. But
Hey, Brian.
even if the Flash was an amazing movie, announcing that you're
It
kind
was.
of halfway rebooting before those movies came out, cut some of the legs out of it.
No,
Like, why am I
Max,
gonna-
you turn out to be right there. You turn
Yes.
out to be right there, but
I turned out to be
nobody.
right this once.
No, you turn out to be right there, but nobody could have predicted that.
No.
Nobody
Yes,
could
I
have
could have
We all
easily
did.
Nobody
predicted
could have
that.
predicted
No.
that announcing.
Are you
a
I
reboot
would have
was
waited
going
to
to
announce
We
the
all
reboot
did.
until
Max,
after the
you was
Flash came
clapping in
in.
the theater.
Nobody could have predicted
Max,
that.
you
Are
were
you saying
clapping
that
in
all
the
these
theater.
Bro, I was
variables-
on these streams for 4 years,
Are you
dude. That
guys
movie was
saying that
dead
all
on
these-
arrival.
Yeah, are you
Yes.
guys saying that all these variables don't count? They're just happenstance.
Everything
Listen,
counts.
listen.
Apparently.
Listen, there's a reason the Flash.
Massive coincidence.
Zaslav coming out saying, "Yeah, these movies don't go anywhere after this, so we're rebooting." Also, the shit that Ezra
That
was in,
right
whether
there
you like-
said it.
whether you like Ezra or not, the shit he was going through. The
Oh, yeah,
same
there's
thing
so
with all the
many
bullshit
factors.
with Rachel Zegler and Snow White. All these variables come into play when people
wait,
decide where to
so-
spend their money.
Speaking of Ezra Miller, all these people talking about how great Thunderbolts is because of they deal with mental issues, but there was no grace for Ezra Miller with Ezra Miller's mental illness that Ezra was going through. Just saying.
Yeah, no,
What
they
was
all
the
did-
grace
they all
for
just- they all
Ezra?
just-
That's
they all
completely
just threw the baby
different.
out. No, it's not. They threw the
No,
baby
it's
out
not,
with the
Max.
bathwater. If you're
They
gonna have
dealt with
compassion
this-
for people, if you're gonna have compassion for
Yeah.
people, you gotta have compassion for all people.
Yeah, they had it within
Unless
the
it's some
story
serial killer or something,
there were serious allegations against Ezra. Whether
No, it's
Ezra
not
did
like
or
he
not.
was. It's not like he was Army Hammer.
Yeah.
There may have been police charges at the time. There were investigations and lawsuits.
Well,
about
a lot of that
abuse-
stuff was
potential
made up,
abuse-
Max.
I know in
A
retrospect,
lot of it was made
yes.
up.
Yes, but that's completely different.
But the point
False-
is, it's
false
really
comparison.
irrelevant. It's really irrelevant because what do you call it? No matter what Ezra, I mean, I don't know why we're talking about the Flash, but but we are. No matter what
Great
Ezra
movie,
Miller
great
did,
movie.
it is a great movie.
It is a
Well,
good
no
movie.
matter what Ezra Miller did, it takes hundreds and hundreds of people to work on a movie. And then I heard idiots, complete and total idiots, who need to be smacked upside the head saying they're going to write this off. Hundreds of people. Andy Muschietti worked on that film. Christina Hodson worked on that film. Michael Keaton worked on that film. All these people should have their hard work.
I didn't say
trashed.
they should write off the
I
film.
didn't say you. No, I said some jackwagons out there were saying that.
I thought it
Be-
though.
because
I thought
some
Max said it.
because some
Jackwagon.
a-hole,
I love it when he says
one
jackwagon.
a-hole out of hundreds that worked on the movie did something wrong. The whole thing. Like I remember when X-Men: Days of Future Past came out. The week it came out, allegations against Bryan
But-
Singer came out, and people were like, "I'm not going to go see
But-
that movie," and I'm like, "I am." Because
the one
Pepper
thing-
Stewart and Hugh Grant or Hugh Jackman, they didn't have anything to do with that.
I always
allow me to
wait for,
play
I
devil's
always wait for the
advocate a
proof.
moment.
I always wait for the proof. How great is Sinners right now, guys? How great is it?
Amazing.
Yeah,
Let's-
Diddy's out
let's-
here
let's
dropping
give-
names.
let's give-
Okay.
Yeah,
let's
Diddy's
give
in court
Brian-
right now dropping names saying
Well,
Michael
no.
B. Jordan was part of that shit. You still not going to go see Sinners? Maybe wait for the proof. Maybe Diddy's a liar.
I don't think Diddy took the stand in the case. They're still picking jurors. There's been no evidence presented.
Okay, go ahead, Brian.
You're not sure.
He still he named 3 names.
No,
He named Michael
okay.
Myers,
So to the
Michael
people
B.
who
Jordan,
said that they
and
should,
Kid Cudi. It's all I'm saying.
Brian.
to the people who are saying that, I'm going to give credence to the people who are saying writing off a movie. The only reason that some of them are saying that is because they literally did that with Batgirl.
Mhm.
So there was grounds for people to say that, to make that assumption with Flash, especially with all the stuff that was coming out around the time.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it was
wasn't
crazy. It was a fucking
that
whirlwind,
far
wasn't it,
off
Brian?
base
It
to
was
say something
it was-
like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's ludicrous, but it's not like Hollywood's never pulled the plug on a movie that's completely done.
Right.
Right.
And it shouldn't happen to Batgirl either.
Well, I get it, and if it's and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. But still, like, in hindsight, that's what happened. It's not like it never would happen, So it's like, come on. No, my main thing is, dude, fatigue is real.
Mhm.
Okay, there's 30 of these damn movies. Okay,
Almost
nobody
40.
cares anymore.
Almost
Well,
40.
Thunderbolts is a hit. People are
What?
going to see Thunderbolts.
Well, here's
So,
the other thing
you know,
that's
there's
They
there's
cared. They
little
cared when
apparitions
they
here and
cared when
there.
it was dead. They cared when it was Deadpool and Wolverine. They cared when it was They cared when it was
That-
Spider-Man No Way
I
Home.
said it the other night. What sold that movie? Nostalgia. The only thing that sold these last few movies, nostalgia.
Mhm. Here's the other thing that's been missing. Besides, I'm going to blow myself up for this. Besides quality,
This is
'cause
not a solo stream, Max.
I think
This is a group effort here.
I know. For this topic, I want to say
Clip
this.
outs. Here we go.
Yeah, it's for. You're right. It's for a clip out, right?
I know it is because
The other thing that's
you can't share the spotlight with anyone. You have to be the center of attention at every
Hollywood, you
freaking thing.
interrupted my clip out.
Oh, now you know how it feels for me to be watching your show and your panels. Go ahead.
All right. The other thing that's causing.
Hold on. Breaking news.
Are you effing kidding me?
Yes, I am. Go ahead.
The other thing that's the quality sliding and a lack of freshness, because we've seen superhero movies how many times. The other thing that I think is missing from Marvel, and like not knowing who the Avengers are, this doesn't help the new.
Can I ask you a question?
No, because I'm trying to get to the. Okay, go ahead.
Oh my god.
How can you tell us? How can you tell us what's missing from these projects?
I was just going to tell you
if you haven't watched the last couple of these projects.
There's something I did watch. I've watched every Marvel project. I watched Captain America. The only one I haven't seen is Thunderbolts.
Wait,
you're doing
a stream on Thunderbolts and you haven't seen Thunderbolts?
Good God, Joe.
For God's sakes, man.
I was at a concert this weekend. I want to see it this weekend.
I was at multiple things this weekend, including 2 movies, Thunderbolts and The Surfer.
You guys talk so much, I'm going to forget what I was going to say. Okay,
so hoping you do.
The lack of freshness with the movies, the quality has slid. It's not dumpster fire, but and then not knowing the Avengers, the branding, which has become a consistent thing with. It seems like the general audiences really reward branding. I'm talking the Ryan Cooglers, the Christopher Nolans, and yes, the Zack Snyders and the James Gunn. Now, Zack Snyder was one of the ones that really interacted with the fans and became a brand himself besides his movies.
Oh, so it's okay to become a brand?
I think this is something that really
is it okay for a director to become a brand?
Let me finish before you. Okay. Yes, it is. And the audience rewards it, especially with the younger generations. I'm talking about the Minecraft era, the generations where they are with their phone. They are really in tune with branding and YouTubers and social media influencers. And I think it really benefits these directors to not only have the brand of their movies, but also be a brand themselves. Now, James Gunn, he is really leading into his brand also with Superman. We'll see if it pays off, because I think there's a bigger part of the people are more excited to see James Gunn movie than even Superman. And that could be a win too. Ryan Coogler, the new Sinners was a great movie, but I really think the reason it's being so successful is the Ryan Coogler brand. The Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler, they're coming out with some new fire. And I think this is something besides freshness, technology, and IMAX. I think branding, and that's something that's been missing from Marvel. What directors have recently directed these new MCU movies?
Dude,
you don't really
Marvel
know them
itself is a brand.
Yes,
Marvel's a brand,
right?
Like,
but a brand within a brand.
Their entire cinematic universe is a brand,
right? But look, they got back the Russo brothers. Now the Russo brothers are directing the next Avengers.
Have you seen Sinners, Max?
Yes. Yes, it's great.
Do you know what retreaded tires are?
Mm.
Okay, so like back in the day, you'd get these old bias ply tires, like old truck tires, and they wear out. So you take them to a tire shop. Instead of getting new tires, they just put retreads on them. Okay, that's all it is. You're just retreading more stuff.
But that
like I said earlier, what are you going to do that people have never seen before? You know what I mean? Right. They still do retreads. It's just different. Not on passenger cars.
But I'm saying that could be said for every genre. Westerns, gangster movies.
But that's what the point I'm trying to make is that this genre is on its waning phase. It's over. Like the peak has come and it's on its way down. Okay.
I think there's definitely some fatigue, but I think if they space these movies out a little more, people would be excited to see them.
I just feel like
I think Marvel's problem has always been there are not enough voices to
30 movies.
Let their voices be heard in these movies. There's a
If
certain
they made
model.
30 Rocky movies, I'd quit watching too, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I would.
Okay,
I would.
if they made 30
I wouldn't watch Rocky
Star
30.
Trek movies,
You won't watch
I'd
30
quit
Rocky
watching.
movies? Come on.
But
You know what I'm saying, though?
but it's the same
We're
Rocky
talking
in every
30
movie.
Marvel movies.
But it's the same Rocky in every movie. Marvel's different. There's decades
Yeah,
upon decades
to a
upon
point.
decades of source material.
But what Max was saying was true. A superhero movie is a superhero movie. You can't escape it. You could try putting different colors of paint on it, but at the end of the day, it's still a superhero movie.
I like my pig with lipstick on it. All right.
there hasn't been really a rock star Marvel director
It's still a
need some
pig with
bacon.
lipstick.
since Russo
But that
and
bacon
James
is good,
Gunn
though.
left. Since Russo and James Gunn left,
It's a polished turd.
What are the amazing directors coming out? Now they got the one
Taika
from
Waititi.
WandaVision.
Who cares?
Yeah, Matt Shakeman. That's another good one. Yeah.
They're
Well,
retreading them. Except
I
for Shane
disagree,
Rock, he
man.
hasn't
I
done
disagree.
anything.
Comic books,
John
whether
Watts.
it's film or not, comic books have been around for over 100 years. I disagree.
True.
About 100, right? Almost 100 years.
Yes,
I disagree,
60s
man.
and-
I think that there
and
will always
80s.
be a market for this. You just have to space it out. You have to space it out. Look what's happening with Star Wars. It's so fucking saturated with so much shit that it's getting made. This is
Isn't
getting
that
made.
what the fans wanted more Star Wars? Give me more
Let's be
Star Wars.
honest
Give me
here.
more Star Wars.
Let's be
Let's see what
honest
Joe wants to
here.
say.
Let's be honest here. Everybody has an agenda. Everybody has an agenda. I've been saying this for 2 years now, and I was right 2 years ago, and I'm right today. Everybody has an agenda. If the Flash fails, the Snyder Bros want to say, "Well, it's because we didn't get Zack. If you gave us Zack, it would have been a hit." If a Disney movie fails, the Phantom Menace is going to go, "It's because it's Disney and they're woke, and nobody wants to see woke." But everyone is ignoring the fact that, with very few exceptions that you can count on one hand, every goddamn movie that comes out is underperforming. It's not that one genre is failing, it's that less people are going to the movies. That's what it is. I said it 2 years ago, and it is still true.
Incorrect.
You're not wrong, Max. You used to say the same
No,
thing about streaming when I first started doing this.
Incorrect. In the current movie climate, you have Sinners that's doing really good. You have Minecraft. The only ones that are underperforming
So you name
are the
you
superhero
name
movies.
two movies. You name two movies
No,
that are
there's-
doing really well.
But
There's other
really good
movies that are
compared to
doing
what,
good,
though?
So
To win. Like,
give me
when-
the other hits. Oh, Minecraft and Sinners. What else? Give me the rest.
There
That's
were some
it.
other ones. There were some.
I
can't
rest
think
my
of-
case. I
Well,
rest my case.
besides superhero movies last year, Max, what else did you see last year, movie wise?
I saw one movie.
Was Barbie out last year?
Nope.
The year
2 years
before.
ago.
Year before.
No, that was the
Barbie
year
and
before.
Oppenheimer.
2 years
Dune
ago.
3, Dune 2. I forget.
Okay.
These are all 2023 movies, dude.
Well, Joe, Joe, I want to ask you a question. I want to go back to because I asked Hollywood Bruce this
Thank you,
earlier.
dude.
What do you think of, since Thunderbolts is out, what do you think of Phase 5 as a whole?
Phase 5 started with Ant-Man. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So what have we had? We had Ant-Man,
We
the
have
Marvels,
Guardians 3,
Guardians
Deadpool
3.
3, we got
Black
Cap.
Widow.
Loki, season
I-
2.
I hated Loki season 2.
Well, mostly movies. We'll
When
make
it
easy.
comes to movies, I've liked every single one of them. I
Okay.
think Guardians 3 and Deadpool and Wolverine were the two weak links for me.
Those are my
De-
favorite ones.
See, because
Okay.
Deadpool and Wolverine just was overload. It was more of the same.
Beautiful.
It was more of the same.
It was
It was
had-
nostalgia. That's all it was, man.
yeah,
It was.
It was a good.
It was funny too.
We had already
Good
done
action.
we're bringing back all the old actors bit in Multiverse of Madness. We'd done it in Spider-Man. We'd done it in The Flash. We even did it on TV on the Arrowverse with the Crisis crossover.
And it works.
I just felt like I
It
will
worked.
say, something nice about Deadpool and Wolverine in a second, though. But yeah, it was mostly a disappointing movie. And then Guardians 3, Guardians 1 and 2 are exquisite films. And unfortunately,
Oh my god.
Endgame ruined the chemistry of the Guardians by killing off Gamora. It was the right move for Endgame. It was the right move for Endgame, but it ultimately hurt Guardians 3 because the chemistry of the characters was way off. Now, having said that, Deadpool and Wolverine did offer one exquisite, wonderful Marvel that is the
We're
greatest
just
thing in
gonna
the
say the
Marvel
damn
universe.
It ended.
Yeah, no, it gave us
Oh.
Dogpool, the greatest MCU character of them all, whom I am planning to.
Disappointed.
I
in
am planning
Dogpool.
to go meet at the Philly Expo.
Oh, that's cool.
Peggy
I
the
want
dog
to see.
is coming
I
to the
want to
Philly
see
Comic Expo.
Dogpool versus Doomsday. Doctor Doom. When?
I want kisses from Peggy. I want
Oh,
that big long tongue. I want some kisses from Peggy.
Happy
Well,
birthday, Jason.
I can just say this.
That's a nice message.
Joe said
Oh, thanks, bud.
a minute ago about you can count on one hand how many great movies, and he's right. But also, in the past about 20 years now, you can count on one hand how many comic book movies have failed. Now they may not all make billions, but they're all successful. So
They are starting to underperform now.
Even the
though.
Marvels.
and I
Even the
think that's
Marvels.
because of what Joe said. All movies are underperforming right now, not just comic
Right.
book stuff.
And the
I-
thing
I
people are
really-
ignoring, these movies do exceedingly well on streaming. Even the Marvels and Madam Web shot to like #1 on streaming. People wanted to watch them.
But do you think they had
these?
these conversations 100 years ago when they were switching from stage-based entertainment to film?
Yes.
I think that this is an evolution of the business. Now we're at a tipping point where a lot of our entertainment now is on streaming.
Yeah, streaming's a big deal.
Yeah.
I'll never say it's not. Prices that have gone up is a big deal. I'll never say it's not. Certain things that are happening, I'm not going to get into it, but politically, yes, those are a big deal right now. Everything is a big deal right now. So it's kind of the perfect storm, and they're all trying to play catch up.
Even as a puppet, I look good. Thank you very much.
I know
for
you're
that,
the best
TJ.
looking.
Oh my
I say the
God.
best looking puppet are Bruce and Brian.
Yeah, can I get a copy of this? This is pretty sweet.
I don't have a mustache.
I'm gonna make that my avatar.
Well, I kind of do, I guess. All right.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
I still want that. Give me that.
I look all right. I like it.
Yeah, send me that. That's cool.
I got a
will
brand
say
new
this.
camera and I haven't even hooked it up yet.
Where's
will
my
say this.
freaking neck?
Wait, who sent you this, Max?
CJ.
Where's my freaking neck?
I will say this. Pre-COVID numbers for mediocre, average superhero movies is going to be 400 or 500 million tops. That's the new normal for average superhero movies. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree. But what? But wait till these event movies come out. Watch what happens. Wait till these event movies come out. People will come out to see.
Well, and not only that, but people are creatures of habit. And what COVID did is it drove everybody inside. So it was like, yeah, no, we're going to have our entertainment right now, right here, and it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I'm right. No, you're right. I'm gonna give you guys a little insight. Okay, look, don't laugh. You know bathroom doors. Some bathroom doors on the other side of them have a big body size mirror.
What?
Bathroom doors have big body mirrors on them. Some people have bathroom doors with big full size body mirrors on them. You know what I'm talking about? Okay,
I got a full size body mirror in front of my bed.
If you open one up, if you open up the right way, you can watch a movie while you're on the shitter. You can't do that in a movie theater. That's all I'm saying.
What?
Yeah, you angle the door just right.
Angle the door just
Turn it
right.
up enough.
You can watch Captain America 4 while you're pooping or peeing or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I don't have to go outside to smoke.
Well,
I can smoke right there.
I do have I have a Power Hour exclusive that I got to play real quick. I have audio here. This is
something to the screen
of the Hollywood representation talking with President Trump on the Hollywood tariffs. Yes.
What? Are we doing this?
I don't know, but I shouldn't be here for it.
I'm on the phone with every studio at
Tom
night.
Cruise.
Insurance.
yeah.
Producers.
I remember this.
And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies.
Yeah, this is during COVID.
This is when he's yelling about the masks.
Don't ruin the joke.
Don't get me sick, motherfucker.
I don't ever want to see it again. Ever.
It's
Tom
the
Cruise
best,
can do
it's
whatever
the
he
best,
wants.
the best crash out meltdown since Christian Bale.
Everyone says get Tom Cruise on the line for representation from Hollywood on the tariffs.
Hell yeah, he'll work.
I was just to have fun with it, and then I'm not
Lex Grossman.
going to give my. I'm going to do a single topic on that because I don't want to.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I don't want to go too hard.
Or you get your ball handler to hang out with you while you do it.
Voltaire's busy tonight.
Bows.
Oh, you see how you
Wow.
knew
How did
exactly
you know? He
who
was
I was
leading into
listening.
the
talking
joke.
about. You see this?
Voltaire does nothing with my balls. Thank you very much.
He just holds them with the left and fondles them with the right.
No.
Shines them up real nice.
I don't know.
Bitch.
I
It
love
was
the
fish
passive.
shine.
Applies
I
a
love
fresh
all the
coat of
passive
varnish.
aggressive, like I love all the passive aggressive like digs between him and Perp. You know, like
Oh, it's
like-
great. He really gets under Perp's nerves. I can tell.
it's really funny.
Not a joke. It's like it's like half. It's like 50-50 on the actual like joking or like
Exactly.
really.
That's what I mean by passive aggressive, man. Because I know my boy Perp.
Oh man.
He's got a
Oh.
temper.
Speaking of which, if you're watching on MME, please head over to Kingdom of Nerds. Hit that like button. You're watching on
No,
Kingdom
don't
of
do that.
Nerds.
Not with this Hollywood Brucifer. No.
If you're watching
Don't
on
go there.
Kingdom of Nerds over here, head over there
On the
and
outside
like
of his mouth.
MME. Because at the end of the day, I just want good Star Wars. And if you were born before 1977, you don't get a goddamn opinion about Star Wars. Yeah.
All right, Dom.
Ugats. I was born in 74.
Nah, you get an opinion then. Come on.
And look, I'll
Agree
take
with
every.
the
I'll
problem.
take. I'll take any Star Wars I can get, but I'm just saying, not everyone's gonna like it because the market is very saturated with Star Wars right now. Like, and it has been for about what?
There's too much Star
10 years
Wars. I
now.
don't want new stuff. Wow.
I know I like new stuff, but a lot of people don't. They don't want it.
They don't want it.
I'm really disappointed in my Muppet.
Oh, where was I? I was on a
Listen,
show.
I have a huge head. My head looks small, and I have no neck. And Bru-
Yeah,
It's a
big
fucking
nose.
puppet, Max. You're gonna be all right.
Oh my God.
I look awesome.
Bruce's and Brian's look great.
He just
Here we go. He came up from the basement to lock up the girls, to come to the chat and make a comment about how toxic I am. But he's the one handing out goddamn bidets to young girls to get them to come
Hey, if it
over
works,
so they
it
can't leave.
Hey, I know for a fact Voltaire's got some game. He said like I gotta go, and I
Yeah,
heard
he-
in the
What? I'm so
background.
fucking lost. Bidets.
And
Like,
he-
does it squirt up in you like the water that shoots on your butt? A bidet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and-
I'm
and-
so lost, bro. What are we talking about?
there's a
What?
bidet joke with Voltaire.
It's an old
He
story.
Oh,
swears by bidets, and he says
And-
I
and-
installed
and-
them for some of my lady friends before.
And let's not forget, Voltaire was the number one reason for the herpes outbreak of 2015 in California.
Oh,
Just
Lord
saying.
have mercy.
Unproven.
Jesus.
That's defamation.
Boo.
That's
Love you,
defamation.
Voltaire.
Boo.
Love you, Voltaire.
Voltaire, that's
Hey,
defamation.
bro.
You could. He's a lawyer. He could sue you for that.
Yeah, watch it.
That's gonna you ruin his reputation.
that's not exactly how that works, but okay.
Yeah.
Not exactly how that works.
I ruined his reputation.
Yes.
Yes, I said many women. I didn't say anything other than
I
women.
mean, that could be the reason why he's insistent on the bidets. I don't know.
He wants his lady friends to. Never mind.
I'm not against having a clean butt, but I don't know about having water shoot up in it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. That's just
Oh,
weird
boy.
to me, man.
I
ass
have
might be
one.
a-
I'm afraid to use it. Just saying.
Right?
To try warm toilets with bidets.
so
And you know what's really funny is every time I look at it, I think of Voltaire.
Wow.
So yeah, there you go, dude. Every time I look at my shitter, I think
So-
of you, buddy.
so this conversation.
Sorry, I'm kidding, bud.
This conversation.
I just think it's funny.
I heard Voltaire ass water out the ass like a squirt gun.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused. Anyway,
Can
I'm
we
gonna get
call
out of here.
Voltaire a squirt
and
gun now?
I'm gonna go take my
Squirt
insulin.
gun.
Thanks for letting me come on. I was
Fair
gonna
enough.
talk to Max about the Jeremy Renner thing. Maybe we can do it another time.
Oh no,
I don't want to argue about it, but I think it's that poisons the well. Like a liar's a pretty strong word, you know.
I asked the question.
Yeah, but what would even give you that idea?
I think.
Okay, I guess we are going to get into it. What on earth would
I
make you
think
think that this man's lying?
I said,
scoop
is he
or somewhere?
lying? And I said, I don't necessarily think that, but I do think he's not giving you the full context of why he was offered.
But to frame it that way is very disingenuous. Very. The way you framed it. That's all I'm saying. But hey, fuck it. Maybe Jeremy Renner's a liar. Stop lying, Hawkeye.
I wouldn't go as far as to call him a liar, but I do think he's removing context as to why he was offered less. Because let's be real, Haley Steinfeld since the first season. Now Haley Steinfeld is a bigger star than Jeremy Renner.
That's not true.
They
He's
may-
not. Is
they
she
may-
under contract for the next 2 Avengers movies? Because he is.
Yes, he might.
He's under contract with Disney for the next 2 Avengers movies. So
And
no
they-
matter what, he's got to work with them. So why
They
would
may-
he go out there and lie about something
There's-
like this,
there's
knowing
two
Disney could just say, no, he's lying? Do you hear
there's
Disney
more-
saying he's
there's
lying?
There's more to it. There's like, why was he offered half?
I think they think he couldn't perform physically because of the accident.
That's what I said earlier.
That's what Bruce was suggesting, that maybe he's not going to be in the action as
So
much.
let's victim blame him.
No, where do you go with that? I'm not.
Not you, Disney. Not you, Disney.
The thing that I think is that they were going to steer it more towards Kate Bishop and Young Avengers.
They were always going to do that, though. We knew that. Though.
And then
we always
that he
knew
might
that.
be
And
in
so
the
did
show. He might be in the show less, as what I'm assuming is the reason why they offered him less.
He said he was still going to have to work 8 months, twice.
He said he's going to have to work twice as hard, but we don't know.
Do you know?
We don't know.
But you know what he means by that.
Let
he
me
means
finish.
twice as hard because his body's jacked up. He
Yes,
got ran
that
the
might
fuck
be
over.
Yeah, that might be why he had to work twice as hard.
And
twice the work.
Let's be real.
Twice the work to get your body back.
It really shocked me, Max, because I was like, he fucking loves Hawkeye. Where is this coming from?
I do love Jeremy Renner.
It was a good clickbait title
It
for
was
a video.
a good clickbait. Because I
Max-
was like,
Jeremy-
oh, I'm
Jeremy
mad.
Renner- Jeremy Renner was hyperbolic.
His soul for clicks.
I went hyperbolic when Jeremy Renner himself didn't hyperbolic. What am I, half the man I used to be because of my injury? Like that was a really.
But we
Well,
also
he made
have
$3
to-
million. I can tell you what he made, guys. I know what he made for the first season. Okay, he made $3 million. He made $3 million for the first season. They offered a 1.5 for the second season. Now I think someone coming back willing to work for you after they've been injured and almost killed. Okay, they almost died. They're willing to come back and work for you. They're not asking for more money, even though they're gonna have to work twice as hard. They just want what you said they were worth last time. So I think it fucked with his ego. Like, wait a minute, you think I'm worth less than I was before?
Let me just say this.
It's not a sports team, Bruce. There is no salary cap, right?
What salary cap?
Disney doesn't have a salary cap, right? It's not a sports team, so Disney don't have
they want to pay him.
But you forget that they have to buy insurance for these actors. And how much is insurance going to go up on this movie because having him in it, and he could potentially get hurt for the rest of his life?
I don't know, Bruce. Doesn't matter because he's still under contract for the next 2 Avenger movies. So what is
But
this
he wasn't
little
on
TV
contract
show?
but he wasn't under contract for season 2 of Hawkeye.
Here's how nuanced my take is.
Am I right?
Even if they asked for more, even if Jeremy Renner asked for more, whether you like it or not, it would have been extremely good marketing to pay the man what he wants, because the comeback story is great for marketing.
There's a documentary about it, Max.
Right,
Have
great
you
for
seen
him
it?
being on the talk shows. So for him to come out and do this, it's bad press. Even though I want to know more context of why they offered him half, they should have offered him more and really put it, because he's more than willing to be on the talk show.
And if you watch the full interview, he says it's
That's
not
gonna
Disney,
make
it's not my friends at Marvel, it's the penny. He called them penny pinching producers. That's what he called them. He said it's these penny pinching producers. And he said, am I worth only half now because half my body got ran over? It was a little tongue-in-cheek joke. I don't think he meant anything by it. But I mean, I would be mad. I would be mad if somebody, if I've been working my ass off for this franchise for how long, and then you come at me and go, you're not worth it anymore. We want to cut your pay.
But that's from his point of view. But that's why I said I would assume there's more context that we're missing. Like, if he was only going to be in part of the show, would you offer him the same amount as the first season?
The same amount, but if he asked for a raise, if I'm Disney, if he asked for a raise, I might have been like, no. If the Bruce is right about insurance,
if it became the Kate Bishop show, would you still offer him the same amount for the season that he got in season 1? Because I don't think.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. First season was Kate Bishop show.
Yeah, the whole first season was Kate Bishop.
Okay.
I mean, he's an ancillary character in this show now.
He's there to be her mentor. That's it. He's her Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm gonna say this:
Yeah,
do we
that's
really
it.
need a DEI hire in the Hawkeye show now?
Oh,
Because right now
Hollywood
he's
Bruce.
DEI
On that
hire.
note,
He is a goddamn DEI hire because he's disabled.
because he's
So we
disabled.
don't need him in this
We're
movie.
sick of this DEI shit, this
That's
woke
Get
garbage,
that
bro.
DEI woke shit out of here.
Come
We're
on.
done with it. We chudding.
Don't
We
play
chudding,
these
Bruce.
fake characters because the
We're
YouTube
chudding,
algorithm
we're
is not going to
chudding it. Let's go.
differentiate sarcasm and genuine. We're
No,
we're
we're not.
We're
They
gonna
know,
get what?
they
What
know,
we
well,
gonna
they
get?
know I'm full of shit. Everyone
We're
knows.
getting
They know
more
I'm
views on this show than we have on other shows. So get out of here with that.
because I'm
Come
here
on.
and Bruce is
They
here.
love
They don't-
the Hollywood. Come on.
Forget
Without the
about it.
Hollywood, there would be no
Forget about
goddamn
it.
I'm
podcast.
Forget
gonna
about it.
fire Hollywood Bruce.
Forget about it. He's a great guy. We chudding over
Come on.
here. I ain't drop time. You don't like it. All right. But
I
remember,
haven't made any
stitches,
Come on,
money.
stitches,
come on.
stitches.
This is how we're civil here in New York. Come on.
And in Chicago. I don't know in Chicago anymore. All right. I
Yeah,
gotta go
yeah.
take my insulin, get something to eat. I love you guys. Thanks for having me on. I'm glad we
Later.
figured
later,
that out.
later, Chris.
We're gonna have to wrap up soon. It's already an hour and a half.
Joe has
Max.
been too quiet. Joe, are you there?
I think he's on the phone or something.
No.
All right.
Yeah,
Well-
I don't think we need to cover anything else today.
No, I think that's it. But no, I ultimately I wish Jeremy Renner success, and I want to see him as Hawkeye, and I'd love to be him in season 2. But I think there's something missing from the story, and that's why I made that video like that. Which I am definitely going to do more single video content because it triggers the hell out of all my friends. Really,
Mr. Freeze is in charge of ice.
It's just the same bad takes you have on a live stream. It's just we're not there to, say anything.
I don't have bad takes.
Okay. And neither do I.
I did the hyperbolic.
You don't have bad takes. You have takes that everybody
But then
thinks is bad.
addressed it in the video, and I'm like, no, I wouldn't go as far as saying he's lying, but I don't think he's giving the context. And
But you have to. If you're going to ask a question like that,
Yeah.
you have to pick. You have to pick an answer that answers that question, man. You can't ride the fence on that question throughout your video.
You did watch the video? No,
Of course not. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Did you watch my Star Wars show?
Of course not.
Ah,
I was at
All
the
right
concert.
then.
yeah.
Hey,
Touche, mon ami.
where were you? We were having fun.
Yeah.
He was at a
We were
concert.
doing a Star Wars tier list.
Yes, we made fun of Thade. It was just epic.
Dude. And then I'm changing people's minds on The Last Jedi, one person at a time.
I know you
One
did.
person at a
Yeah.
time.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me link Sticks' Sticks Boy. Was it Sticks Boy 73? I should have this on cue.
So basically, what I said is don't listen to people like Max when it comes to Star Wars.
Pretty
Listen to people
much.
like Brian, the master of none. He knows what he's talking about with Star Wars.
Please give Sticks Boy 73 a follow. He is 2 away from 100 subs. And tonight at 9 p.m., a watch along for Doctor Who episodes. If you're a Doctor Who fan, if you're not a Doctor Who fan,
Or if
We'll
you're
sit
new
there.
to Who, if you're new to
New to Who. If you're new to Who, please head over to New to Who with Sticks, Jedi, Mama Bear, Joe's Doolin, and possibly Hollywood Crucifer, maybe.
Mhm.
So, with that in mind, thank you everyone for showing up. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Blue Jay. Thank you, Chad, for tolerating Hollywood Crucifer, because I really don't give a damn what you think. So, if you like Hollywood Crucifer, and you like me, going after Max about his takes over here, leave a comment, hit the like button. If you don't like me, hit the dislike button because I really don't give a damn. So
Wow.
we'll see you in a few days or whenever we get back.
I'm gonna change my like real quick.
So have a good night. Take care.